Huge Commanders moves incoming. We're going to be discussing the latest reports on who could be a Washington Commander when it comes to Game 1 and help this team better replicate the success from last season. I'm your host, Azael Mejia, with Commander Digest, reporting everything on Washington Commanders, off-season, regular season. So if you want to stay up to date on Washington Commanders, make sure to run it up, subscribe right now. If you made it this far to the video, comment down below what you had to eat. What you had to eat. Comment down below what you had to eat because I need ideas because I am hungry. Get started on the video. Who can the Washington Commanders get within free agency? Free agency is still happening right now. Who can they select? The draft is over. You know, you got that summer. It's summertime. The sun is sunning, as we said. The sun is sunning. So the Commanders can still have an opportunity to get a pass rusher. I almost forgot the title right there. Get a pass rusher because they let Dante Fowler Jr. walk. They let him walk, your top sack leader. You let him walk. You let him hit free agency. And on top of that, you let him sign with you let him. No, he didn't let him. But he signs with the rival Cowboys. He signed with the Cowboys. He had to pick a side at this point because he went Cowboys, Commanders, then back to Cowboys. Pick a side. I mean, I guess where the money goes. But yeah, Commanders could not match up that deal, even though it was 1 year, like $6 million. Commanders didn't want to match it. You let him walk to the Cowboys. You let the competitors get better. The division is just getting harder and harder. You just have the Eagles with Saquon and Jalen Hurts. They just won a Super Bowl. You have the Cowboys. Dak's going to come back. They get Fowler. You're a top sack leader. He's on the rival team. Giants, go get Wilson. You can say whatever you want about the front office, about the Giants. Russell Wilson, so Russell Wilson. The Steelers had him. They beat us in that down. If Commanders fans remember, they beat us right there in that game. Steelers versus Commanders. So Russell Wilson has experience playing the Commanders last season. So you gotta go get a pass rusher because there's an empty position there for the Commanders. A lot of the fan base have been coming after Adam Peters. I ain't gonna lie. I don't make the news. I just report it. The fan base is a little bit angry with Adam Peters, with him not putting a great emphasis when it comes to the defense. We discussed it in a lot of previous videos. Go watch those if you haven't. About how the front office of the Commanders is striking when the iron's hot, focusing on the offense, stacked up the offense as much as you can to better help, not your rookie, I'm about to say rookie, your second-year vet in Jayden Daniels, improve the offense as much as possible, make it as lead as possible, and as I don't want to say negatively, but not hope, because that seems negative, but rely on the offense more than the defense. It's sort of like, you sort of know where they're prioritizing when it comes to the offense and defense, so just going to leave it like that. We won't know if this will work or not until the end of the season, so we're just going to have to wait and see if they're right on this, on stacking the defense as much as, stacking the offense as much as possible, and not putting a great emphasis on your defense. As I said, the Commanders have not made a lot of key signings. They've signed defensive players, obviously, but not key signings when it comes to defensive position. Within free agency, drafting a defensive player within the draft, key defensive player. As I meant to say, we did draft a couple of defensive players, but nonetheless, Commanders have to make a move when it comes to defensive side of the ball, especially in the pass rush side. We discussed this player before in a previous video. Go watch it if you haven't. He's still on the free agency market. Still looking for a home. Who am I talking about? I am talking about none other than Matthew Judon. Pass rusher, four-time Pro Bowler. Still on the board. Still looking for a home. The Commanders, I believe, will be a great addition to the team. This goes off a common theme for the Commanders, which is getting veterans on the team, having these team-friendly deals, and making it work. You've seen it happen with Zach Ertz. You sign Zach Ertz. You get Bobby Wagner. It was a little bit questionable. A lot of the fan base were making questionable. Zach Ertz. Like, what? They ended up balling. They ended up being great leaders. They ended up being a great energizer, a great battery. They were able to bring that energy, even at an the kids say even at that older stage of the career, bring that sort of energy, bring that sort of experience to the team when it showed off in the playoffs. So don't even get me wrong, it showed up in the playoffs, especially towards the later half of the games where you have those veterans come in and they can shine, really show what they bring to the table. As I said, with Zach Ertz, with Bobby Wagner, you can have the same thing with Matthew Judon. As this was not, how can I say this? This was not a common theme with the last front office, the last batch of people that ran the Commanders, the Commanders football team, Washington Redacted, where they did not have a great relationship when it came to signing top players, veterans on deals. Not having clear communication when it comes to the desire of the team. You have these guys, Zach Ertz, Bobby Wagner, Super Bowl champions, no winning culture, come together, have a clear objective with the front office, come to a common ground on trying to make this team better, have that clear communication. That wasn't with the old era, the old regime. That was not with them, but they all gone. Sayonara, see you later. We don't miss you. Bye, bye, bye. So you can get a conversation going with Matthew on what you could get going, have a team-friendly deal. A 1-year deal. Zach Ertz, Bobby Wagner did the same thing. Sign a 1-year deal. Have some incentives thrown in there. And it's just a rental. It's just a rental. Think of it as a car. It's a rental. You're not committed to a down payment. You don't got to pay this much, that much. Just a 1-year rental. If it works out, you re-sign him like you do with Bobby Wagner and Zach Ertz. If it doesn't, you let him walk. You just got to let him walk. But that's the thing. We're going to be discussing some of his previous stats from his previous seasons. He's had a rocky couple of seasons, don't get me wrong. That could be the reason, a big reason. People don't say that could be a big reason why he's relegated. Is that the right word to use? His stats have deteriorated. Ooh, look at that. Deteriorated. I got to add it to the vocabulary. I'm over here unlocking words in mid-video. But his stats have been going down the last couple of years. People are saying because he's older. But it could be he's just fluctuating between teams. 2022, he played with the Patriots. He recorded 16 total tackles, 15.5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. Great season. And he was on track to do that in 2023. He suffers a season-ending injury that puts him out for the whole season. He only played 4 games. Even in those 4 games, he recorded 13 total tackles and 4 sacks. He was on pace to reach those same numbers in 2022. I said, only 4 games in 2023. He gets traded to the Atlanta Falcons. Gets traded to the Falcons before the season starts. And still coming off that injury, finding a new system, having a new home, working within that new system. His stats, look at this. His stats still go down. Ooh, his quote-unquote, air quotes. His stats still go down. But he's still 41 total tackles and then 5.5 sacks and 1 interception, returned for a touchdown. So obviously, people are saying those sacks. Oh, he didn't get a lot of sacks. He's talking about going to get a pass rusher and he doesn't get that many sacks. Okay, he was in a new system. He was a new home. He was freshly off an injury. Not freshly off, but you know what I mean. 1 year off of injury. Give the man a break. He's had a rocky couple years. So now, Falcons don't resign him to a contract. He's a free agent. Commanders are looking for a pass rusher. With one of the experienced players leaving, you need a pass rusher who has experience, who can get to the ball. But don't take my word for it. We're going to look at what senior editor and staff writer Will McFadden had to say about Matthew's game, saying he's a solid edge defender against the run and a versatile early down pass rusher who can also be dangerous on third downs. I want to break down this quote, especially the first half of it, where he says he's a solid edge defender when it comes to the run. What have we discussed throughout the whole offseason is the Commanders need to improve their run defense. Their run defense was non-existent in the playoffs. Sorry, but it's true. It was non-existent. You go get a guy who one of his key attributes is that run defense, which is great. Very versatile, as it says in the second half of the quote. When it comes, you can put him in the first down mark, or you can put him in the third down mark. He will make a play. That was also one of his best attributes as well, being very versatile, playing multiple positions when it comes to the defense. Which is great to have with someone, as I said, the kids say unk. Having a guy like that who is still willing to participate wherever he can to make this team better in whatever way he can. But that's something he brings to the team, that versatility. Another key attribute that doesn't show up in the stats is locker room leader. He has a ton of experience. He was drafted by the Ravens back in 2016. So you have that connection with the DMB. It's just not obviously clear connection. Just help take the beltway and you'll be back to where you played. But he has a clear connection. He's going back somewhat where he got drafted. It's the team right across the street. You let him come back. He knows he's coming into a good home, good for another clear objective. It all comes down to they can work out a deal. As I said, this new regime is great when it comes to working with veterans, clear objective, team-friendly deals. Just kind of come into conversation. Another locker room leader, great attribute to have. He got drafted back in 2016, 9 years in the league. He knows that experience. He knows what it takes to play within. He knows what to play in game time situations. Let him show what he could do. I truly believe that this is a great pickup for the Commanders if they decide to go after it. He's still on a free agent market. Sign him, have a conversation with him, and he will improve this team. But then again, I don't run stuff. It's the front office. But let us know in the comments down below. What do you think about the Matthew Judon situation? Not situation, but what do you think about his current stature within the league? Do you think he should be a Washington Commander? Do you think Commander should lay off him? Or who's the Commander should go get? Let me know in the comments down below. But I'm Azael Mejia with Commander Dice, reporting everything on Washington Commanders. I'll see you in the next video.